Hello everyone, you are welcome to Addie's Chat. It's another Friday, it's another day for Addie's Chat. You're welcome. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by here. My name is Addiola, most people call me Addie, and this is Addie's Chat. We talk about savings, budgeting, and a few random things actually. And that brings me to the topic today. My chat today is actually about something not so random, but something that that got me thinking. So today, this Friday, on Good Morning Britain, there was a short. They do talk about a few things on Good Morning Britain, but this Friday there was something that they talked about. Let me just tell you what it is. By the time you're watching this, actually, it will be a week after. So this Friday, they talk about modesty shots for girls spark heated debate about victim blaming. That's on Good Morning Britain. I will put the link to that below, and I will try to put a video here so that we can both watch it together, and I'm going to share what my thoughts are, and I'd like to hear what your thoughts are about that. First and foremost, modesty shots. You will see a sample of it, or what the presenters thought to be a sample of it. You would see in the video that we're going to watch, really. But if this is something you'll be interested in hearing about, stick around. Yes.
Shots. We've already mentioned them briefly.
Main thing is to
okay, so I am going to fast forward on the comments.
Little girls are worried about, then I'm having to think about their underwear. Well,
so if you wanted to watch the full interview, it's on Good Morning Britain. You can find it on YouTube as well. They've got their own channel. But I'm just going to go to where the two speakers, actually, there was a head teacher and there was another lady. I'm not sure, but I think she was on the side of that this could lead to victim blaming. But yeah, let's. Okay, I think that's the point, really. We have heard both sides. The body campaigner, the lady was a body campaigner, and the lady was the head teacher. So just to summarize, really, what the body campaigner lady is saying is that girls shouldn't be forced to wear shots, modesty shots, as they're calling them now, for a problem that's not been created by them. If they don't feel uncomfortable being out in the summer, and this only happens in the summer because in the winter or spring they'll probably have their tights on. So if they feel comfortable to be doing cartwheels and jumping up and down, yes, and having their pants show, really, and they're too young. Again, she also pointed out that they are too young, 4-5-year-olds, secondary school. I think they're 11, up to 11. They're too young for us to be actually worried about this on their behalf. And she's asking, are these calls coming from the girls or their parents, or the school is actually trying to impose wearing this modesty shots on the children? The other lady who is the head teachers come back to say, it's not that the school is trying to impose this. This has come from some of the neighbors. And if you know how primary schools are here, although there is a fence round, which is like a gate, you might still be able to see the school when the kids are playing. Some schools have actually have done another. Some schools where I live have actually done another layer of fencing, so it's a bit tough, or a bit not so easy to actually see the school, but you could see. So that's understandable. And she said that the neighbors have actually said that they're uncomfortable being in their own garden and in their own space and having to actually see this. And I can understand where the neighbors are coming from and where the school is coming from as well. So these are the two sides to this, really. And interestingly, I am talking about this because this came up. This was something I'll tell you about it in a minute, that came up as well. And first and foremost, really, I don't know when they started calling it modesty shots, really, because I would have thought, and the shot that the presenter was holding up, that was really tiny. I would still class that as a knicker, not a shot, really. The shots that would normally be cycling short, and I will tell you honestly, I have been wearing the shorts, cycling shorts I will call them, since I was about 13. I probably started wearing them since I was about 13. So if I've got a short skirt or a short dress, I have worn what they now call modesty shots, cycling shots. I've worn it since I was 13. And because I'll tell you how this started, and I never knew that this was a thing really. I went to two secondary schools. My second one was a mixed school, so there were boys, there were girls in my school. It was a boarding house as well. But at a certain time, I think I was in I can't really remember, but I was maybe about 13 or 14. This upskirting really, a form of it, the boys started doing a form of it really, but at that time I didn't know that it was upskirting. And really now thinking back, I thought that the adults, the teachers that were with us then, did not really make any effort to actually help us with this upskirting, because what the boys did is a very silly thing. The boys got small mirrors, and we were in Africa, so we wore open toe sandals, we had socks. So what the boys did is the boys would buy a small mirror about this size, something like that, and then put it on top of. It's really hard to describe. If you know, anybody that went to my school will probably understand what I'm talking about. So they will put it in between their toes, in between their toes and their sandal. They will put the mirror in between their toe and their sandal. So they would stand there and have a conversation with a girl, or just say hello and get you to come over, and then they put their feet between right close to under your skirt, under your dress. We wore dresses then, it was white dress, and they will put their feet quite close so that they could see your knickers. It's a silly thing, but again, boys that age at that time, and that is actually a huge form of upskirting really, but I'd never thought about it, and I didn't know there was upskirting at that time really. And I know that quite a few girls spoke to teachers about this and said that this was going on, and the teachers all they did was punish the boys, and then the boys went back and did the same thing. So a few of the girls like myself took the matters into our own hands and decided to start wearing cycling shorts. So I kind of grew up wearing cycling shorts. In the summer, I would always wear cycling shorts. When I'm wearing a dress, to be honest, I'm wearing cycling shorts all the time. So bringing me back to today, a few weeks ago, someone at my work, someone in my team said to me, because we have been going back to work one day every other week, something like that. So we have again designed, so that we have more space, designed some desks to be just at the entrance. And one of my team members called me aside and said to me, this desk, actually, is it possible to get a Modesty desk rather than. And to be honest, again, that was the first time I was hearing anybody say anybody call anything Modesty desk. And from what she explained to me, what she wanted was a desk that would cover the front, because in the summer month, if she was wearing a dress, she wouldn't just want to sit down like that. And I honestly understood it, and before she said it to me, I didn't really think this was something, and again, I thought that was something. My desk has whatever that Modesty thing was, but when we designed those new desks, we just didn't think about it really. And it's something, it's something that we should do really. And again, this again goes back to the designing of things really, how we think about other people really. But when she brought that up, we're trying to get that sorted now. But you know, as you know, most things in this country, it takes 100 years to actually get one thing sorted, especially when it's something that's not so complicated. But when it's something they think that, oh, we haven't built this into that. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But we're going to get that Modesty. It's just a plank of wood really to cover the front part of the desk really. And I do understand, absolutely understand. But where I'm coming back to this discussion about the Modesty shots for girls in school, I think really it should be down to, it's not, and I understand what the body lady campaigner, the body image campaigner lady is saying. It's not, we shouldn't really make this a problem for the girls really, because this is not a problem that the girls have created. What we need to do really, going back to the source, and this was what they never did in my secondary school, going back to the source, is educating the boys and the girls really about why this is not acceptable, rather than you treat the incident as an isolated thing, which they were doing in my school. Then they would take the boy that's been reported, they would punish that boy, but they would come back again and do the same thing again really, which was a bit ridiculous. But anyway, the treats what we need to do, which this lady is campaigning for, and she's right to say that, is we need to educate the boys and the girls, educate the boys on boundaries and educate the girls. But again, I will put that back out there to say, if a girl is comfortable, if a girl wants to wear cycling shorts or modesty shorts, as they're calling it now, they should be free to wear if that's what they want to wear. Really, there should be nothing that should stop a young girl, a girl that's under the age of 11, a primary school age girl, or even a secondary school age girl, from doing any games, really, any games. This is really important to me, because I'm one of those that would always challenge on the things on raising children, raising girls separately to the way we raise boys. I would challenge on anything, any day, any time, really. I would challenge anyone on it, and I don't think that they should be raised differently. In my generation, a lot of us were raised differently. Boys were raised differently to girls, really, and that's something I would challenge on. Really, I would never have a conversation and say that, because it's accepted because they're a boy. Really, there's nothing like that, really. Everybody is an individual, and they have to be treated like as such, really. And this is the problem, really, that has not been created by the girls. But I don't see anything wrong in, if there is a problem and I find a solution for myself, putting that solution in place. So if anybody wants to wear a modesty short, I think that's fine for them to wear a modesty short, really. But the important thing, really, which this body image lady is saying, is we need to have the conversations with the boys, with the girls, really. We need to have the conversation and say, this is not appropriate. It's up to, and a lot of young men that grow up in this country actually do understand that, really. They respect people's space. They would respect a young lady's space, really, unlike some young men that grew up in another part of the world, really. They don't understand boundaries, really. But a lot of young men that grew up here, you would see that they understand boundaries and they would respect your space. So we just need to keep on having that conversation, that it's up to somebody. If they want to wear a modesty short, let them wear it. But really, your modesty short wearing shouldn't be the thinking behind your modesty short wearing shouldn't be because you're thinking, someone is going to upskirt me or not, really. It shouldn't be something like that. So the only reason why I was interested in this was because it took me back to my time in secondary school, really. And I felt that at that time I didn't really, I was too young to understand what was going on, but a few of us made decisions that worked for us at that time, and it worked for us. But I can see what that body image lady is saying. It's not fair that girls would have to carry on. Some girls might not want to. I'm happy, actually. I'm happy to wear a cycling short or modesty short, whatever, really. I would, it's something, to be honest, to me, it's nothing, really. I wear all the summer, really. So I am happy to do that. But yes, the conversation should be back. We should be back tackling the problem itself, having conversations about why that's not acceptable, really, so that everyone is comfortable and free to do what they want to do, really. I hope I've made sense. But yeah, anyway, this is my chat today, and the reason I've had this chat is just because it took me back to my secondary school and what was happening at that time. Let me know what your thoughts are, really. I would really love to hear from people about this, because this looks like a huge debate. I've seen a few people put things on Twitter, really. It looks like something that people are really concerned about. But at the end of the day, you do what you want to do, but we do need to educate our young people on boundaries, to know, to make them know that these things are not accepted. And it's really from that young age, really, if we want to get that corrected. And also, we need to make our girls feel comfortable. If they want to, let them wear the shorts. If they don't want to, it shouldn't be something that should be imposed on them, or something that they feel that they have to do at the time, really. Yeah, but anyway, thank you, everybody. Have a lovely week. It looks like it's going to be a rainy week again this week, but yeah, I hope you have a lovely weekend. I mean, not week now. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. And I hope to see you on the next chat. You take care. Stay blessed. Bye.